Hello, everybody. My name is Alvaro Leal, and I'm your Wayland Baptist University Advanced Computer Applications Professor. Today, we're going to be doing an amortization table to figure out the cost of buying a house. Here we go. So today, guys, we're going to be doing an amortization table, which will help you figure out how much you're going to pay for a house. You could also use it to figure out how much you're going to pay for a car, all those kinds of things, okay? So, but we're going to focus on a 30-year mortgage, just because it's the most popular thing, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video, watch the video closely, and then I'll do a little bit of recap at the end, all right? So let's go ahead and watch the video.
Hi guys, welcome to I Hate Math Group. Today I'm going to show you how to build an amortization table in Excel from scratch. So let's do it. So I have the amount borrowed, which in this case is going to be $100,000. The periods are going to be the following. Well, let's say that this is 30 years, but I want to do this monthly. So I'm going to multiply this by 12 because you have 360 periods. The rate is going to be, let's say that they charge me 13%, but I'm going to put it monthly. So this is 0.13 divided by 12. And finally, I'm going to have the payment, which is going to be the following. Equals PMT, parentheses. And then Excel is going to ask me, hey, what is the rate? Well, the rate is going to be this guy, comma. The periods is going to be 360. And the present value is 100,000. Put a negative in the front because if not, Excel will give you a negative value as your payment, comma, 0 because that's the future value, and then just close your parentheses. This is going to be your payment. Let's do it. Now your month is number 1. The beginning balance is actually going to be $100,000. So I can go ahead and just type it. The payment is going to be this guy right here. Now, how do I calculate the interest? The interest is calculated in the following way. You do equals the beginning balance times the rate. This is how much you're going to be paying on interest every month. But remember, this amount is going to change all the time. How do I do the principal? Well, this is how much you make on your payment minus the interest that you pay. That's going to be your principal, and your ending balance is going to be the beginning balance minus what you pay on your principal. Now let's do month 2. The beginning balance is actually going to be the ending balance of the first month. The payment is actually going to be the same. But you know what? This becomes very tedious to write it over and over. So I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Equals, and then click on C4. But actually, you can lock this cell by doing $, letter, $. This is basically going to block the cell, and it's going to repeat it all the way to the 360 periods. Well, the interest, remember, is going to be the beginning, which is in this case this, but my rate will always be the same. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and lock the rate. Again, I do $, and then $, between the letters. Because look, in Excel, B7, B8, that's going to change, but the interest is the rate is always going to be the same. Now the principal, again, how do I calculate it? My payment minus my interest, and the ending balance is finally going to be the beginning balance minus the principal. Once you build the second row, go ahead and shade it and go all the way down to 360, and you can see on the right side I have the numbers all the way to 360. I'm almost done. I pass it. 360. Voila! I just built my amortization table. As you can see here, the principal, look what's happening. It's actually going up, and the interest is actually going down. Little by little, I can see that my ending balance is going all the way, I passed it, to 0. Now, how do I know this table is correct? Well, look what I'm going to do. Here, this is how much you pay for your principal. If you do the sum of all the payments that you made, all the way to one, you should get the $100,000, which I did. And then if you want to figure it out, the interest paid all over the loan, just do the sum of all the interest payments, and don't cry at the end of the table because it's usually a lot. But that's how time value works. So this is basically how much money you pay during the loan, and this is how much you repay back. And that's it. How easy was that? Please don't forget to watch our other videos.
All right, guys. So that's the. Now let me show you. Uh, okay, now let me show you. Oops, sorry about that. Let me move my face out of the way. Okay, so let me show you a spreadsheet that I did, which is pretty much the same. The only difference is that here I just put equals C1. That way I can, if I change this number changes. Check this out. So you know how the lady, she put just 100,000, but if I change this number, this is not gonna change if I put 100,000. Let me explain. Look, if I just put 100,000 here, okay, it works. But here's the problem. If I change this number to 120,000, see how it doesn't change this number? And that's not good. So what we want to do is we want to change this to just whatever this is. That way you go equals and then you just click here and then you press enter. That way this number automatically gets populated here. That's the only thing she did different than what I want you to do, so that I can switch this to any number I want, right? I can put $1,000,000. I could put 120,000. I could put 250,000. You know, and that way everything changes because this first number is going to be exactly what this number is. Okay, and then we could also change the rate if we wanted to. Instead of 13% yearly, you could change it to 6%, whatever you want. But we can just keep it like that. Okay. Now make sure that when you do this lesson, that this number right here, you see this number right here? Not this one. Well, that one too, but see this one? It's not just oops. It's not just this number. Don't just say equals that. You're supposed to put this dollar sign and that dollar sign so that it doesn't change. And then the same thing happens with the interest. You have to put the dollar sign there and the dollar sign there for C3. That way, when you grab it and drag it down, you're gonna get it right. If not, you're gonna get errors. And then all the way to the bottom, I expect you to put this. This is the sum of all of that. This is the sum of all of that. This is the sum of all of that. Okay. And yeah, I changed the number. See, if I change the number, that's 100,000. Then if I go to the bottom, I should have 100,000. You see how that's why it's really nice to put equals C1, because that way, if I change the number on the top, everything changes, right? All right, guys, that's it for this lesson. Make sure you upload it to Blackboard and that it has the correct formulas. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.